Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Trucking Risk and Insurance Podcast, where we interview some of the leading entrepreneurs and trucking experts in the field, and today is no exception. Today we have Sarah J. Hilton, no relation to the Hilton hotel empire, I'm told, but Sarah is a vice president with LeadHERtrucking, and she's talking about mentorship. How and when to mentor. So join us today and you'll find out more about where you can see Sarah live talking about mentoring in the trucking industry. Join us today. All right, Sarah Hilton, welcome to the Trucking Risk and Insurance Podcast. We're here to talk about your upcoming engagement. Do you want to tell me and our listeners and viewers where it is that you're going to be talking very soon in Mississauga?
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris, and thanks for having me today. This is awesome.
I'm really excited because I know what you're talking about, and this is such a neat and needed subject. Mm-hmm. So I'll be quiet now and let you answer my first question.
Awesome. Thank you. So I am speaking at the ttsao kind of reception, if you want to call it. And I'll be doing a keynote there on the magic of mentorship. And I'll say it again, the magic of mentorship, because what you'll hear about that night when I speak is about how mentorship in your life, whether it's professional or personal, can really change the course of the direction so that you don't stumble as much. You don't face challenges as often. When you do face a challenge, you quickly get through that challenge. There is a magic key to mentorship.
Absolutely. And just a quick personal story. When I was a young man, I was lucky enough to find a mentor in the trucking safety atmosphere. And what I didn't know is Claude Chalk was his name. He was looking for a student and I was looking for a teacher. And I'll tell you, it changed my life.
And is he still in your life today, Chris?
I'm due to call him soon because I haven't talked to him for at least 6 months. But yes, he's retired now and we still keep in touch. Not as much as I should because I'm working and he's retired, but yes, Claude's still a friend.
That's awesome. But now the question, the magic here though, is you say you haven't been in touch with 6 months, but can you think of a time in the last 6 months where you sit there, you did something, you read something, you learned something, and you went, oh, I learned that from Claude, or I remember Claude saying that to me. The magic is they're always with you, never goes away.
Absolutely. Every function that I do in safety is based on what I learned from him. Amazing. It is. And I mean, literally, that changed my life.
Yeah. I have the same. I have mentors in my life that have been very close to me. So ones that I keep in contact with, we meet up whenever we can. Then I have other ones. And just because this event is in Mississauga, I'll share one of mine with you. And that's Hazel McCallan. So if you know who she is, she has been a mentor all my life. She doesn't know me, but she's been a mentor all my life. She showed up when I was in public school in Mississauga, and she'd come and talk to our class or to our school. Then she'd show up at community events where I might have been performing or, going there with my family and enjoying some of the community events that were going on. I saw her on TV. I saw her in my world over the course of years, right up till COVID, when I was helping in the senior care. And there she was, showed up at Rivera as one of their spokespersons. So she's a mentor. She keeps reminding me that anything is possible, and doesn't matter what your age is, where you are in your life, there's something there for you.
Hurricane Hazel. I lived in Mississauga for many years, and so I know, I can't say I ever met Hazel, but I certainly know of her. And for those who are listening and watching, Hurricane Hazel was the mayor of Mississauga, I want to say for 30 some years.
Yes, the longest standing mayor in Mississauga.
Yeah. In Canada for sure. I don't know if that's a North American record or what. She was our mayor forever in Mississauga.
That's right. That's right. And that's why we talk about mentorship, especially in fields like transportation or trucking. We have many mentees in our LeadHERtrucking program that I run, and the mentees will say, I need someone that's going to take me from my CDL training to that next stop. So whether it's their trainer who's teaching them about the truck or the vehicle they're driving, they need the person that's going to help them when they get challenged, when they have fear, when they have anxiety about doing the thing for the first time, backing up for the first time on their own as a solo driver. So there's so many areas in transportation that we do need the mentors. And when you have a mentor, you're much more likely to succeed.
I just believe mentorship is so positive. It helps us, the person who's learning, the mentee, I guess, it helps us avoid so many of the pitfalls because often they've already done it.
They've been through it and the hard way sometimes. We always like to say that mentors make your long road shorter. So they've already been through it, as you've mentioned. They've experienced it. They've tried different things. They've talked to their mentors. And now all of a sudden they have the solutions or the answers to make your life a little bit shorter in the span of not having to fail as many times. Failure is part of life, but so many times, or to make the outcome a lot more successful, quicker, faster.
Well, and yeah, mentors can allow us to avoid some of the pitfalls that either they've had or they've learned about, or they can see from their experience that would easily happen to us.
That's right. That's right. The other thing I love about mentorship too, Chris, is the whole idea of somebody's going to speak the same language that you speak. So in my situation, here I have a business. I've run a couple of businesses over the years, and I come home and I say to my husband, hey, I got a new contract. I'm so excited about it. And my husband's like, oh, Sarah, that's great. Mike's like all over, like congratulating me, supporting me. And if I come home and I say, hey, I lost a really important client today. She's moved on or left her business. So there's no need for the type of coaching I was providing. And he'll say, oh, Sarah, that's too bad. That's unfortunate. You'll get another one. Don't worry. You've got this. But he can't speak my language, which means he can't ask me the tough questions. He can't empathize to the degree that someone in my own professional field would be able to. So sometimes in trucking, you come home and you've had a really tough day and you phone, like say you're a young new driver and you phone your mom or your dad or your aunt or your uncle, whoever it is, and say, hey, I didn't do so well today. My backing up was terrible, or I had to get into this bay that I just couldn't figure it out. And I can't believe I'm in this profession. And what am I going to do in this career if I can't even back up? And then the mom says, don't worry, come home. Right? We didn't trucking's not in our wheelhouse. I don't know why you ever wanted to be a trucker in the first place. So a mentor that's in your profession really helps you get through those stumbling blocks with speaking the same language compared to a family member who may not be in that field or that career path.
Yeah, no, I think a mentor is an absolute necessity today. And I think companies would be to their, I forget the right word, but it would be to their advantage to set up structured and formal mentoring, not just for the new drivers, but how about for your next dispatcher or your next customer service agent? So not specifically, but who are you addressing when you are talking at the ttsao on June the 1st? I'll mention that. Who are you addressing and why?
So Kim Richardson, who is our lead at ttsao, had asked me to speak specifically to talk about mentorship to all people. So both professionally and personally, because we know that those two things often intertwine in different ways. So that's kind of where that came from. And at the event will be anyone in transportation. So carriers, drivers, dispatchers, representatives, customer service, all those things that you just mentioned, Chris. Transportation is the audience that I'll be speaking to. We're going to do some fun activities because mentorship is better seen and actually experienced than it is just to hear about it. So we're actually going to experience a little about how to be a mentor, how to be a mentee, and how to find the kind of mentor you're looking for in your life.
And that's awesome. One of the things that I will mention, I had a conversation recently with one of the safety people from a trucking insurance company. And he mentioned to me that mentorship for the newly licensed driver is the number one hot topic within his company and within the trucking industry that he serves. Are you going to be addressing perhaps how to bring on are you going to be talking about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So I'm the VP for LeadHERtrucking, which is a women's mentorship program specifically for trucking. So I will absolutely bring in the conversations around, structured versus unstructured mentoring programs. One of the biggest things, as you said, as being a hot topic, is we find that the structure is really key to success, whether it's company structure mentoring program, or even better, a mentoring program that will allow you to have crossover of collaboration, connection with different people in different, scenarios. So in the LeadHERtrucking program, we actually have a group of women drivers from Kenya, Africa. Now, their conversations are going to be completely different, but the learning that they're getting from where we're at in trucking compared to where they're at, it's going to help globally the trucking industry.
Now, is LeadHERtrucking, is that just in Canada or is that worldwide?
It is worldwide. We have a large network in the US, and we have, as I said, we're just starting with Kenya, Africa. We have drivers in Canada.
All right, well, we'll make sure that I put a connection to that for those who want to know more about LeadHERtrucking in the show notes. So June the 1st, let's go back to the ttsao. You're speaking on June the 1st at Lionhead Golf and Country Club, which of course is in Hazel's hometown of Mississauga.
Yeah.
What's the charge to attend?
So if you're in the transportation industry, there is no charge. You just come and enjoy. So you do have to register, though. That's an important part, is that they are looking for registration because they do have some refreshments coming to enjoy that evening. But it really is a chance to network, to connect with new people that maybe you haven't met yet or haven't had that time, in person in a long time. So it's a great chance to connect, but also to talk about mentoring and how maybe you might be able to bring mentoring into your organization, your company, or just finding a mentor for yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be an excellent program. Now, it is from 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. on June the 1st. And the link to register is in the show notes down below. Sarah, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Sure. It's lead@leadheralliance.com. So lead@leadheralliance.com. Best way, or just give me a call. You can find me either through, I know it sounds confusing, but Spoken Advantage or Lead Her Alliance. I do show up in a couple of different spots. So if nothing else, call Chris because he knows how to find me. Or of course at ttsao, I'm on their website as well.
And I will put that contact info in the show notes down below. Sarah Hilton, thank you so much. I'm excited to hear the full program of your mentorship talk on June the 1st at Lionhead Golf and Country Club. I'll say it again, 4 p.m. And you've got to click the link below to register. Thank you so much for coming on, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it.
And that was Sarah J. Hilton from LeadHERtrucking. What a great interview. Thanks so much, Sarah, for coming on the show. If you are interested in attending the live presentation that Sarah is going to do for ttsao, the link is in the show notes down below. You've got to pre-register, so please click the link today and get registered so that you can have a spot at Lionhead Golf Club June the 1st of 2022. I hope to see you there. That's it for this week. Trip Trucking Risk and Insurance Podcast. We're out of here.